Okay, our next graph is going to be monopolistic competition. Let's take a look at this. Monopolistic competition actually looks a whole lot like a monopoly. So we're going to put our price up here. We're going to put our quantity down here. And the reason it looks a lot like a monopoly is a monopolistic competition has the ability to be a bit of a price maker. They have some control over price. That's because they have a different enough product that it's not identical to anything else, and they can kind of set their own price within reason. But monopolistic competition also means that there are many other firms that produce goods that satisfy utility in a similar way. For example, another firm might, like if I produce tacos, another firm might produce cheeseburgers. Both of them satisfy utility in a similar way, but they're both different enough that I don't have to pay attention to burger prices when I price my tacos. I hope that makes a little sense. So I do have some control over it, but it's not. I don't have complete control over it. So let's take a look at what that means. First, we put in our demand curve here, and because this we have price control, we are the market for tacos or for Tom's Tacos if we're talking about a specific firm. Tom's Tacos are different than anybody else's tacos, we can assume. So the demand of the market goes in here. We also have that familiar marginal revenue curve that's sloped at a steeper rate than our demand curve because monopolistic competition curves are, or firms, sorry, much like monopolies themselves, can't price discriminate. I have to charge everybody the same amount for Tom's Tacos. So if I want more people, I have to reduce the price. And I don't just reduce it for the people that are willing to pay that lower price and only that lower price. I have to reduce it for everybody. So as a result, marginal revenue will fall at a greater rate than demand. Okay? Now it's time to draw in the rest of this. Of course, I'm going to need my marginal cost curve, so I pop that right here. And I'm going to want this firm to be profitable, as most monopolistic competitions are. So I'll draw in a nice ATC curve right here. Notice if I want profits, and I'm talking about something either a monopoly or monopolistic competition, I'm going to place this ATC curve below demand, right? Because I know that that's going to generate some profits. So it's all about the placement of the ATC when you're determining profit or losses. I hope you've gotten that from this so far. Okay, now let's go ahead and find the quantity we're going to produce, the price we're going to sell it for, our profits and our costs and all that wonderful stuff. So first thing is our profit maximizing rule. We're going to produce where MR equals MC, always and forever. So that is our point right there. We dash down, this gives us our quantity that we're going to produce. But we're not going to dash over and charge a price here. We're going to dash all the way up. We're going to charge the price that people are willing to pay. And we find that at the demand curve for the market. So we're going to charge this price right here because we can, right? Now, as I was dashing up, I came across another intersection with ATC, and this is actually going to give me my average total cost at that quantity. When I have my average total cost, I know that ATC times quantity is going to equal cost. So it's going to be this box right here. When I have my price and my quantity, I know that my total revenue is going to be price times quantity, so this big box right here. The difference between those two boxes, this box right here, is going to be my profits. Let me go ahead and terribly shade that in for you. There we go, or shade it in. Now, all of that is identical to what it looks like for an actual monopoly. What's different? What's different is this profit is a signal. When firms see that this monopolistic competition, this Tom's Tacos, is profitable, other firms are going to enter the market because there are low barriers to entry. Low barriers. Writing is hard. It's taking way too long. Worth it. Okay, we have low barriers to entry. So firms are going to enter the market. When firms enter the market for Tom's Tacos or Charlie's Cheeseburgers, they're going to open their own firms, but they're not going to open a taco firm or a cheeseburger firm. Maybe they're going to open a sub shop. So Sam's Subs is opened up. When Sam's Subs opens up, Charlie's Cheeseburgers and Tom's Tacos are going to lose some of their customers. Some of them are going to go over to Sam's Subs to give it a try. When that happens, our demand is actually going to fall. When demand falls, so too does marginal revenue. It's going to fall until it is tangential to average total cost. So it's going to look something like this. This is going to get really gross for a second. Our demand is going to be there. Our marginal revenue is going to be right there. The demand to marginal revenue to. They're both shifting to the left until they're tangential. So I'll get a brighter color in here. Tangential means that we're going to produce where MR equals MC. That's right here. And then when I dash this up, it's going to intersect ATC and demand curve at the same point. So when I dash over, I have price 2 and I have ATC 2, and they are the same. Now, I know that my new quantity, which is going to be lower because I have another firm I'm competing with, my new quantity times my price is going to be my total revenue, this box right here. My new quantity times my ATC is going to be my total cost, that same box right there. So in the long run, we're going to have an economic profit or an EP of 0. EP is going to be 0, right? Because demand and marginal revenue are going to shift to the left until they're tangential with ATC. So right there, we're tangential, which is kind of hard to see. And that means my costs and my profits or revenue are going to be equal. I'm going to have an economic profit of 0. We're going to remain there until something else changes because there's no incentive for firms to enter or exit the market. Now, I'm going to branch off from that and just show you one that is just in long run equilibrium so you can see what I'm talking about. So let's draw this again. We have price. We have quantity. We have our demand curve here. We have our marginal revenue curve here. We have our marginal cost curve here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in a different color so it's a little more obvious. We're going to have our average total cost curve like that, ATC. This is long run equilibrium. I know this because where MR equals MC, it's going to be the quantity I produce, Q1. If I dash up, it's going to intersect ATC and MC at the same point, or it's tangential right there. When I dash over, this is going to be both my price and it's going to be ATC. And again, my total costs, this box, my total revenue, this box, my economic profit is 0. Okay, I hope that was helpful for monopolistic competition. Just keep in mind that it shifts in the long run. Everything else is just like a monopoly. It'll shift until the economic profit is 0.